Hello, welcome to the series of videos where I just look at tennis games. That's pretty much it. I am going to provide a play-by-play analysis of what happened, why it happened, and maybe you can improve on the situations that happened in these games. So today I'm actually going to be looking at two videos. Both of them are FullMetalBlack1 versus Rob4thawin. FullMetalBlack1 played against Rob4thawin multiple times on this day, and I think that FullMetalBlack1 improved a lot. I'm hoping that by watching this process happen, you guys can improve too. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the first part of this video, the commentary. FullMetal's going for a super serve. They hit it, and Rob4thawin cannot respond in time. FullMetal's going for another one here. Miss it. Rob4thawin goes for a middle. FullMetal spikes it, and Rob4thawin again cannot respond in time. FullMetal goes for another super serve. Misses it. Rob4thawin goes for a short. FullMetal hits it out of the playing field. Rob4thawin gains his first point. Rob4thawin goes for a regular serve. FullMetal hits it out again. Rob4thawin is now tied. Rob4thawin goes for a standard serve. FullMetal hits it. Rob4thawin interrupts it with too much power, and it's out. FullMetal has the serve here. Looks like they're going for a super serve. They miss it. Rob4thawin hits it with a lob out, and FullMetal lets it. FullMetal spamming goes for a standard serve. Rob4thawin responds with a lob to the middle. FullMetal full power forehands it. It's out, and Rob4thawin gets that point. Rob4thawin goes for a standard serve. FullMetal hits it with a full power forehand. It's out, just barely. Rob4thawin going for another standard serve. FullMetal hits it with a forehand. That's out, I guess. Rob4thawin goes for another standard serve here. FullMetal responds with a full power forehand. That's out. Rob4thawin saves it. FullMetal goes for another full power forehand. That's out. Rob4thawin saves it again. Full power forehand out. Rob4thawin saves it. Full powered forehand. Out! Just barely. But Rob4thawin goes for a standard serve. FullMetal hits it with a full power forehand. That's out. Rob4thawin saves it. FullMetal full power forehand. It's in! And Rob4thawin doesn't get to it. FullMetal looks like they're going for a super serve. They try, but just fail. Rob4thawin hits it to the middle with a lob. FullMetal full power forehands it. It's in, and Rob4thawin just barely misses it. FullMetal with a super serve attempt fails it. Rob4thawin lobs it, and FullMetal spikes it, and Rob4thawin could not respond. Another super serve attempt fails it. Rob4thawin lobs it short, and FullMetal hits it out with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin goes for a standard serve. FullMetal goes for a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin hits it to the middle. FullMetal forehands it. It's out. Rob4thawin saves it. FullMetal forehands it out again. Rob4thawin saves it, and FullMetal spikes it. Rob4thawin lobs it short. FullMetal forehands it. It's in. Rob4thawin lobs it into his net. The score is 7-8. FullMetal has the serve. Super serves it, and Rob4thawin cannot respond. FullMetal goes for a super serve. Fails it. Rob4thawin lobs it to the middle. FullMetal hits it with a full power forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it to the middle. FullMetal interrupts. It's out. Rob4thawin with a serve here goes for a standard serve. FullMetal goes for a full power forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it to short. FullMetal full power forehands it out, and the game is now tied. It's game point. Rob4thawin serves standard, and FullMetal doesn't respond in time, and Rob4thawin wins. Before we get into the analysis of Game 1, I would like to show you guys Game 2. What you're looking at now is one of the final games that Rob and FullMetal played. FullMetal serves with a super serve, and Rob4thawin cannot respond. FullMetal is emboldened and goes for another super serve and hits it. FullMetal is playing an insane game so far. Another super serve! Rob4thawin hits it this time. FullMetal throws it long, and Rob4thawin hits it too short. FullMetal's doing great. Another super serve. Rob4thawin responds to the middle. FullMetal goes long. Rob4thawin short. FullMetal shoots it out. Rob4thawin saves it, and FullMetal takes another point. FullMetal's up 4 points. Goes for another super serve. Rob4thawin hits it middle. FullMetal hits it middle. Rob4thawin hits it short. FullMetal hits it out. Rob4thawin saves it, giving FullMetal another point. FullMetal goes for an early serve this time. Rob4thawin returns it short. FullMetal hits it out, and Rob4thawin can't save it this time. Rob4thawin goes for a standard serve. FullMetal waits for it to bounce. Hits it with a full powered forehand out of the playing field. Rob4thawin does not save it. Rob4thawin serves standard. FullMetal waits for it to bounce. Hits it with a full powered forehand out of the playing field. FullMetal loads up. Rob4thawin serves standard. FullMetal waits, hits it with a full powered forehand, and it's in. Rob4thawin was not expecting that. FullMetal goes for a super serve, fails. Rob hits it with a full powered forehand, it's long. FullMetal hits it with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it. FullMetal tries to spike it. Rob4thawin saves him, and FullMetal just could not get it over the net. Rob4thawin serves standard. FullMetal doesn't have anything loaded up. Hits it into the net with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin probably going for a standard. He does. FullMetal responds with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it to about their middle. FullMetal waits to their long, hits it with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it to their short. FullMetal forehands it short. Rob4thawin responds with a short lob. FullMetal lobs it middle. Rob4thawin half power loves it. FullMetal spikes it. Rob4thawin responds with a short. FullMetal hits it out. Rob4thawin saves it, giving FullMetal the point. FullMetal has the serve, goes for a standard. Rob4thawin doesn't respond, and FullMetal gets the point. FullMetal goes for a standard serve. Rob lobs it. FullMetal forehands it out. Rob4thawin saves it. FullMetal forehands it middle. Rob4thawin lobs it short. FullMetal hits it short. Rob4thawin lobs it middle. FullMetal hits it to Rob4thawin's middle. Rob4thawin hits it out. FullMetal saves it into their net. 6-8. Rob4thawin has the serve, goes for a standard. FullMetal waits and hits it with a full powered forehand. Rob4thawin lobs it short. FullMetal hits it with a forehand. Rob4thawin waits the last second, hits it with a forehand. It's out! And FullMetal gets that point. FullMetal goes for a standard serve. Rob4thawin hits it short. That's not short, that's into his net! FullMetal wins. So that was the commentary section. I tried my best to make it entertaining, and I hope that you guys were entertained. But let's get on to the educational section of this video. The first thing that I want to point out is that Full Metal in the first game always, 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 always loaded up a full power forehand. And that was the prime reason that they lost that game. There are multiple problems with that, but the biggest one is that there are moves that cannot be dealt with by using a full power forehand. Loading up a full power forehand without knowing how to input cancel is essentially inviting your opponent to throw shorts at you. If your opponent doesn't notice that, then great, you can play a normal game, but if they do, then there's nothing really that you can do other than use your extras, the super serves and the spikes. For this reason, during the first game, I think that Full Metal was no basics, because they always messed up before their third volley. However, that being said, they had a very good use of spikes and super serves, so I think that they should be at low extras. So, having no basics and low extras puts them at the novice tier during the first game. This is helpful to know because it gives me an idea of what I need to do to teach them further. On that note, there are a couple tips that I think could help them when they were playing this game. The number one tip that I had for them was to stop charging up to full power. Unless your opponent is using super serves or spikes on you, there is genuinely no reason that you should have to charge up. The game is just slow enough that you can always react. Failing that, another tip that I have is that sometimes you can wait. Even if I shoot a short, sometimes the short has enough horizontal momentum that it will make it to your long. And in that case, it is worth it to wait and then shoot a full-powered forehand sometimes. Now, unfortunately, I was never able to talk to Full Metal to explain these tips to them. However, we did play tennis for an hour and a half, and they think they did learn the tips very well. The second game from them was played immaculately compared to the first game, and I think that improvement was mostly due to the amount of times that I punished them for making those mistakes. And I think that's something to take note of, because Full Metal wasn't a fast learner, but just through sheer repetition, through sheer effort, they learned the lesson that they needed to learn, basically entirely on their own. And I think that anyone else can do the same thing. All you need to do to get good in tennis is play tennis. No one is so good at tennis, no one is so talented at tennis that they're just going to stand at the top no matter what. I think that anyone is beatable at this point, and it just requires some effort. That being said, though, I think that there are some pitfalls that you should avoid falling into. For example, one such pitfall is playing with the same person too often. It's possible that prior to playing with Rob4thawin, Full Metal was playing with just one of their friends, and that friend played very similarly to Full Metal. I think this would explain a lot. I think this would explain why they never learned that you're not supposed to always go full power on the ball. Because if both of them are always going full power on the ball, then no one's gonna get a short. It would also explain why Full Metal was so good at realizing when I shot the ball over. If neither they nor their friends have the basics to have multiple volleys in a single game, then the points and who wins is decided by whoever can read the ball or their opponent the best. That's just a theory, though, a game theory, if you will, but I do think that that is a serious possibility and a pitfall that other people should avoid. There's multiple ways to avoid that pitfall. You can play the same person, but you would have to both encourage them and encourage yourself also to switch up your playstyle. Doing that wouldn't show you all of the available playstyles of the game, but it should shore up not only your basics, but also your extras enough that you could be able to react semi-fast to new strategies and situations in tennis. This was the solution that I was trying to do for Full Metal. I was trying to show them another playstyle so that they could adapt to that one, as well as the playstyle that they had already adapted to. And I think that we were successful. I think that Full Metal, while not maybe the most consistent tennis player, they managed to go 5 whole volleys, and that was not of, spamming. That was not going long to long to long. It was short, long, short, short, long. There was a spike in there. They managed to go 5 whole volleys of different tempos and different times, and I think that that means they have improved to the mid-basics level. Overall, I think that Full Metal Black over the course of this hour and a half improved from a novice player to an okay player. It's not the fastest that I've seen anybody improve, but it is still impressive just because of the sheer repetition and the amount of times that they played the game, like with the same exact person, even though they were losing over and over and over again. And I believe that you guys can improve them much as well. Maybe even faster, maybe slower. I don't know. My hope is that these videos help somebody. So, yeah. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments as well. But peace out.